Did the Dallas Cowboys just send a message to Jaylon Smith and send a message to Leighton Vander Esch? Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco. The draft for 2021 is in the Cowboys' books. And among the things they did with their defense-heavy emphasis, in addition to let's get every tall cornerback we can get, let's use 8 of 11 picks on defense. The other one that jumps out at you is linebacker, and linebacker. If you combine the signing of Keanu Neal from Atlanta, Dan Quinn guy, and the announcement initially, exclusive, about how he was going to be a hybrid, and now the Cowboys over the weekend saying, yes, reiterating, he's going to start at linebacker for us. He's going to begin at linebacker for us. Not necessarily start, he's going to begin at linebacker. You add him together with Micah Parsons and Jabril Cox, and they have absolutely remade the room at linebacker. Now, have they rebuilt the totem pole at linebacker? That is to say, where do all these guys fit? Where do all these guys play? What happens to Jaylon? What happens to Vander Esch? And the theme of the day for many, they've been put on notice. That's what's happening. Leighton Vander Esch has been left kind of dangling in the wind. We'll know shortly what the Cowboys' decision is on picking up the fifth-year option of his contract for 2022, $9 million. That won't change his status for this year. He's still on a rookie contract this year. But it'll be a message. That will be a message. If by May 3rd the Cowboys do not pick up his fifth-year option, doesn't mean his career in Dallas is over, but it will be a message. Jaylon Smith's got a pricey contract and needs to play up to it. There are still options that the Cowboys have there. They have told me that they're not interested in those goodbye options, but that was before the draft. That was before they just drafted 2 linebackers. They're going to play Micah Parsons somewhere, and of course, he could line up at defensive end and rush the passer too. So they got a lot of ways they can use him. They still have a lot of ways they can use Keanu Neal. I like that Micah Parsons classily said, hey, me, Vander Esch, Jaylon, we're going to bring linebacker you to Dallas. That's the right thing to say. What I would say about Vander Esch at this moment and Jaylon at this moment is that the put on notice thing is not really that much different for them than it is for a huge portion of this roster. After this draft and free agency, who's not on notice? Who on the Cowboys roster goes, well, that one doesn't affect me. I'm good. Who? Dak? Tyron? Zach? Lamb? Tank? And Diggs. 6 guys on the entire roster have not just been put on notice. 6 guys. I suppose Lyle Collins, 7. But they don't know exactly what's going to happen at tight end. They don't know exactly what's going to happen with Gallup and Cooper. I'm talking about the future now. Zeke is the running back, but we don't know exactly how much Tony Pollard is going to be something they talk about every year. Tony Pollard is going to be more involved. We don't know the answer there. Biotish is the center, but there'll be competition there. There'll be competition at left guard. The defensive line could look completely new. The secondary could look very new. And we just discussed linebackers. So, are guys being put on notice? Dudes, you went 6-10. You should all be on notice. You stink. We can't possibly draft enough guys to fix all the things that were broken last year. But Stephen Jones, in my question to him about the cap and the draft, essentially said what we've talked about many times. The draft is how you beat the cap. He all but said, we want a bunch of these guys to come in and beat out veterans. So instead of paying that veteran $5 million, we can pay this kid $1 million. And it's a cold, ruthless business, but that's the way it works. And in the event of a tie between a veteran player making $5 and a rookie making $1, the rookie making $1 will win. Just like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, that same player who's now making 5 was the guy that won the job then. That is the part of turnover. I think Jerry Jones likes to say about 30% of your roster is turned over every year. Cowboys might do more than that. They might have just added how many new starters or new top of the rotation guys? Half this bunch. Half the bunch might be new. So Jaylon on notice, sure. Leighton on notice, sure. Almost everybody else in this roster on notice after 6 and 10? Sure. Fish out.